Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
1973 Martin Ryle, Antony Hewish V, Cambridge. Catalogue of Radio Sources. Introduction. The 5th Cambridge. Catalogue of Radio Sources, published in 1973 by Martin Ryle and Antony Hewish, stands as a pivotal contribution to the field of radio astronomy. This ambitious undertaking, commonly known as 5C, catalogued a vast array of radio sources across the sky, offering a comprehensive survey that has proven remarkably influential in shaping our understanding of the universe. This essay, drawing from a deep engagement with the original work and relevant secondary sources, offers a section-by-section critical evaluation of the catalogue's internal claims, methodology, and enduring influence. We will navigate the intricate landscape of the catalogue's architecture, meticulously examining the arguments presented within its sections, scrutinizing its methodologies, and assessing the validity of its conclusions. This rigorous analysis illuminates the strengths and limitations of 5C and situates its contributions within the broader narrative of astronomical discovery. Section 1 Introductory Remarks and Compilation Methodology. The introductory remarks within the 5th Cambridge Catalogue establish the foundational premises upon which the entire project rests. The authors illuminate the rationale for undertaking such an extensive survey, emphasizing the need for a more complete understanding of the radio sky. They explicitly state the primary objective to generate a comprehensive list of radio sources, characterized by their precise positions, flux densities, and other relevant parameters. This section serves as a map, charting the course that the subsequent sections will follow. The methodology, as detailed in this initial section, is of paramount importance. Ryle and Hewish describe the observational techniques employed, with a particular focus on the 1-mile telescope at the Mullard Radio Astronomy Observatory. The synthesis technique, wherein signals from multiple antennas are combined to simulate a larger telescope, becomes a central part of the project. The authors explain how the synthesis technique is implemented, highlighting the sensitivity achievable with a 1-mile telescope. The process involves tracking radio sources over extended periods, carefully calibrating the data, and accounting for instrumental effects such as atmospheric scintillation. One of the significant points that must be considered when looking at the methodology employed is the impact of source confusion. The authors are frank in acknowledging how closely packed together many sources of radio energy may be. They address the challenges arising from source confusion, that is, the difficulty in separating individual sources when they lie so close to each other, and offer the methods used to mitigate such difficulties, including the use of high resolution. Evaluating such an approach, one sees a meticulous attention to detail, and the authors present an integrated view of how to move forward with the project. The catalogue's strength lies in its effort to provide uniform data, with consistent methodology, which provided a basis for subsequent comparisons. The choice of techniques and its limitations are disclosed and made clear. It stands as a model of careful and considered scientific practice. Section 2 Survey Design and Observational Parameters. The section detailing the survey design constitutes an indispensable part of the catalogue. It describes the process through which the survey regions were selected. Ryle and Hewish clearly outline the sky areas investigated, defining the boundaries and the justification for surveying different parts of the sky. The parameters used to characterize the radio sources are established, specifically the flux density at a particular observed frequency. The process of calibrating the flux density scale, using standard radio sources, is also explained. This ensures the reliability of the measured flux densities and allows for meaningful comparisons between different radio sources. A specific focus is placed on the observational sensitivity achieved by the 1-mile telescope. The authors present the expected levels of sensitivity, expressed in the flux density units used in the survey. The limitations of the telescope, in terms of resolution, are addressed. The angular resolution, which determines the ability to distinguish between closely spaced radio sources, is carefully quantified. This section demonstrates the foresight of the authors in recognizing the importance of rigorous calibration and a careful assessment of the instrument's strengths and shortcomings. The clarity and precision in the description of the survey design serve as an essential element of the catalogue, allowing for the interpretation and use of the listed Section 3 Source Parameter Measurement and Analysis. The section on source parameter measurements forms the heart of the catalogue, delving deep into the techniques for extracting useful information from observational data. Ryle and Hewish outline the procedures the team used to determine the key properties of each radio source. These include the coordinates, or positions, on the sky, the measured flux densities, reflecting the strength of the radio signal, and the source sizes, indicating how the radio emission is distributed across this. The authors give careful attention to the computational methods that are employed. The complex process of data reduction, which transforms the raw observational data into a usable format, is also explained. The challenges of dealing with source confusion continue to be a subject of focus. The strategies used to deconvolve these sources are explained. The data analysis includes techniques relating to the statistical characteristics of the source population. They assess the distribution of flux densities, which is a key indicator of the underlying population of radio sources. This section highlights the sophisticated analytical approaches used and reveals the remarkable attention to detail that shaped the making of the catalogue. Section 4. The catalogue itself, structure and presentation. This section describes the structure and presentation of the 5th Cambridge catalogue itself. The authors explain how they organised a vast amount of data. The layout of the catalogue, the meaning of each column, and the units used are explicitly defined. The format adopted, the system of source naming, ensures that the data is easy to search. The significance of this section lies in its role in making the data accessible. Ryle and Hewish paid careful attention to the requirements of the scientific community that would use this catalogue. They provided complete details of the procedures and methodologies used to create the information. The completeness of the catalogue is discussed, noting how the survey was conducted, how many sources the team found, and areas covered. The presentation of the catalogue is exceptionally clear, and the information is presented in a format that made the data easily accessible to future researchers. The design decisions are the foundation of the impact on subsequent astronomical work. Section 5. Illustrative results and initial interpretations. This section represents a critical moment in the catalogue, the presentation of initial results and their interpretation. Ryle and Hewish begin by reviewing the observed sky distribution of the radio sources. They note the significant number of sources, reflecting the sensitivity of the survey, and discuss the spatial distribution of the sources. They also begin a preliminary investigation of the source characteristics, such as the flux density distributions and the radio spectra. The authors undertake a preliminary investigation of source counts, i.e., the number of radio sources detected as a function of their observed flux density. The observed source counts are compared to those expected in a universe that is static and uniform. The results suggest that there is a variation in source density with distance, which is a crucial hint as to the evolution of radio sources. This is one of the earliest interpretations that have since been substantiated, and it gives proof of the catalogue's importance. The initial interpretations are cautious and nuanced, reflecting the scientific integrity. They avoid overstating conclusions, and they lay the groundwork for the more detailed work that followed the publication of the catalogue. Section 6. Comparison with previous catalogues and related work. In this section, Ryle and Hewish place the 5th Cambridge catalogue into its historical context. They describe the major astronomical surveys of the time, including those derived from previous Cambridge catalogues. They directly compare their survey with earlier works and note the differences in methodologies, sensitivity, and sky coverage. These comparisons help to establish how this new catalogue improves on earlier work. They discuss how the catalogue relates to other areas of astronomical investigation, including extragalactic studies, studies of the cosmic microwave background radiation, and the study of pulsars. In each instance, they outline the ways in which the 5C catalogue provided new insights. The authors explicitly recognize the contributions of other researchers, establishing the essential collaborative aspect of scientific exploration. This section offers a valuable perspective, revealing the catalogue in its context and demonstrating its distinctive contributions to the development of observational astronomy. Section 7, Applications and Future Directions. The final section of the catalogue looks forward to the future. Ryle and Hewish discuss the applications of their catalogue, highlighting its potential for a wide range of astronomical investigations. They state the importance of high-resolution observations and the determination of accurate positions. They also discuss the challenges of the data and the importance of future investigations. The authors identify gaps in the data and suggest how further studies will improve the catalogue and yield additional information. This section displays an understanding of where the subject matter might travel. In all, it recognizes how the catalogue will be used in future. Conclusion: the 5th Cambridge Catalogue of Radio Sources, compiled by Martin Ryle and Antony Hewish, is a monumental achievement in astronomical research. The work's meticulous methodology, comprehensive sky coverage, and detailed presentation of data have left a permanent mark on the field of radio astronomy. This critical analysis has systematically examined the catalogue's internal claims, highlighting the project's methodical approach to the subject. The catalogue's impact stems directly from its careful description of the observational techniques employed, its clear definitions of the survey parameters, and the complete manner in which the data were presented. The critical evaluation of the source parameter measurements and the analysis of the flux density distributions demonstrate the technical and analytical rigor that characterized the project. The initial interpretations of the results and the comparisons with other astronomical work of the time established the catalogue within its historical context and showed off its advantages. The legacy of the 5th Cambridge Catalogue extends far beyond its immediate impact. The catalogue provided a crucial database for subsequent studies of radio sources and served as a template for future astronomical surveys. Its insights into source counts and the indications of source evolution paved the way for fundamental insights into the structure and evolution of the universe. The work's influence can be measured by looking at the wealth of follow-up studies that were produced and the way it helped shape the field of radio astronomy. The lasting significance of the 5th Cambridge Catalogue rests firmly upon its deep scholarship.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.